Welcome to the Los Angeles Convention Center. I'm Scott Forrest.
I'm an exhibitor.
Hi. This week is very important in art world in California.
This is definitely the art from Mother Nature.
This rider is a very cute sculpture. It's made out of resin, painted, hand painted. Hi. This week is very important in art world in California. This week, Los Angeles Convention Center opens its door to LA Artshow. And we're here in search for dynamic art that can bring into any space not just aesthetics, but the movement and the expression of life itself. Let's go and find out what is in here interesting. This one is 42 inches portal by Anthony James, probably one of the most interesting art objects in this show today, and it's just a few inches off the wall, and it can be installed in any space, but it's not just a regular piece of furniture. It really takes a lot of attention, a lot of energy from the space. Focus attention would be just for that piece, and you'd have to be very careful installing it, and it is available for purchase here at Melissa Morgan Fine Arts Gallery. I think it's a great art object. I really love this, and as you go around and as you see it, it's always changing and always brings something else to the space. Are you a visitor or you an art object?
Well, I'd like to say I'm both. I versatility. That's my dry sense of humor. I'm an exhibitor.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so this is all AI. All the work is made with just words into AI software. Not a camera, not pictures loaded in, but just...
This is all?
This is all AI.
So how do you like the art show this year?
I haven't had a chance to see it because I've just been sticking with my booth in case anyone had a question like, is it going to rain over the weekend or something? I need to be here at the booth to answer those important questions.
Okay, is it going to rain over the weekend?
No. It was going to 3 days ago, but now I think we're clear for Saturday and Sunday.
This is not really sculpture, not a painting. I don't know what it is. It's, I guess, a mixed media, new type of art that's presented by Litchfield Gallery, and it consists of the screen, which is new type of TV screen that's transparent, and there is a panel on the back that's backlit, and there's a space in between. So there is an illusion created that the girl is actually in 3D, and you see her. And it's very interesting, and one of the first examples of this type of art I ever seen. I really like it. There are a few more pieces we're gonna show right now as well. This one is called Living in a Deep Square. It's probably my favorite. You can kind of feel the girl stuck in the square, and you can emotionally relate to that, and I can see how just watching this can take away your stress and she's going through. To me, it's a great example of artwork interaction between the screen and the object that's actually moving. So this hammer is moving from left to right, and the girl inside, she's reacting to this movement, even if her movement was filmed a long time ago, and the hammer, or what I was representing, the hammer is actually moving in real time, and you can see it sticking out of the of this box. Here we go. I can definitely relate to her feelings. Was originally edited in 3D, and then it was printed layer by layer with laser printer. That's why you can see each individual piece, there is a little bit of burn at the edge, because as laser printer cuts the layers, it burns the side. But we're here not for the sculpture, but for the installation altogether, because the sculptures have a mirror on the back, and not just one plane, but a faceted mirror. And if you walk through, the illusion that there are endless number of people here, not just the sculptures, you can see, and also you part of the space, you become one with them, you kind of become a part of the art installation, and we're going to go and experience this together. All living object dynamic and ever changing, and trees in the forest always changing, and forest itself is never the same. And this is an example attempt to create something that is mimicking the tree, but it's really not a tree. It's like a tree that grows on top of another much bigger tree that's also dead, but I think it's kind of nice. This rider is a very cute sculpture. It's made out of resin, painted, hand painted, and I really like it. But the reason we're here is not the sculpture, but the 2D representation of the sculpture right over here. It's not just very, very cute. It also can move its eyes, and it's blinking, guys. How great is that? So you can look at it and you can feel like it's looking back at you, and it's just for real. I think it can make you smile any time of the day. I always loved holograms. They usually sit somewhere on the shelf in the corner of gift shop, and it's not just a souvenir. The souvenir you can interact with, you can always move it and see what it is. But here in this gallery we see huge holograms that not just open for interaction, they also share expression the artist had that he was creating this. This hologram called Lumina Cascade 5 is probably one of my best art projects in this entire show. I think it looks really good. infinity mirror is called, guess what? Infinity mirror. And I really love this piece. I think it's even softer and more gentle than the other infinity mirror. And I would love to have something like this in my interior. I think it's beautiful, it's very soft, but it also brings you feeling of infinity. A few weeks ago, we were in town, Jerome in Arizona, looking at the biggest kaleidoscope store in the world. And this artwork, even if it's static, but it reminds me what you can see inside the kaleidoscope. It's very similar pattern and similar idea. This is a football ball. This object meant to be for sports and meant to fly and make other people fly, run, move, but it is now an art object and it's in this box for the rest of its life. I know there are people who can put together a Rubik's Cube in under 1 minute. There are actually people who can put it together in under 10 seconds, I think 5, not sure. But this artist decided to go opposite way and completely disassemble it and create this art form out of photos of different Rubik cubes. This looks pretty good, but it's opposite to what we're looking for. We're looking for art that's becoming dynamic, but this is like a football ball example of the object that was made to be dynamic, and it was transitioned into the static piece of art form that you're supposed to hang on the wall and just look at it. And it's the same every day. This is a real cactus. It has its own lifespan and food it can eat and light it needs, but it was converted into art form. The matter of fact, there are a number of different cactuses here, all converted into art form.
Good.
Is this artwork?
Oh yes, this is definitely the art from Mother Nature, right? Mm-hmm. Well, who is better than Mother Nature, right? Yeah. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So are these like unique cactus, or can I go to Death Valley and pick up something like that?
No, you definitely don't do that. That's a bad thing that we call poaching.
Right.
Because the cactus, the plant that you see here, they're very exotic plant, and also they are endangered plant. Mm-hmm. They're protected, and there's a those plants are from all over the world, but they share one thing in common. Mm-hmm. They are endangered. They are they're facing the same problem, which including poaching, mm-hmm. construction, mm-hmm. and agriculture is wiping them out from their habitat right now. Mm-hmm. And if you can see this background here, mm-hmm. that shows you that plant is called a Copiapoa cinerea from Chile.
Oh wow.
Okay, every single head you see here is about 100 years old or more.
Even such a small ones?
Yeah, they're about this size, but they're very slow growing. Mm-hmm. So that's why they're about 100 years old. So what happened in this here is it's due to a construction project that was happening there. So they took it out of the habitat, they dug it out of the soil and dumped it somewhere else.
Oh, that's terrible.
They didn't know what they're doing, probably. Mm-hmm. But when our friend found this out, mm-hmm. and when they saw this, they're almost all dead.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just a sad thing. And it's almost impossible for those plants to re-establish, mm-hmm. because they're so old, they're so slow. Yeah. Right. So we're here to raise the awareness for people to know that what is going on, because many people don't even know this is happening.
What is the lifespan for the cactus like that?
Well, that depends. Like I said, there are so many varieties, and many a cactus like this one, they can keep growing, and some big clump is about 400, 500 years old.
500 years.
And
Much older than me and you.
Oh yes, yes. And this plant you see here is about 30 years old from seed. That's growing in the nursery. If it's in the wild, that plant is about 50 years old. Yeah. And this plant here is a nursery grown too, 50 years old.
Wow.
50 years approximately. But if it's grown in the wild, it's about 120, 150 years ago to this size. Yeah.
Would they be okay in the house environment? Is there a way to make it good for them, similar to natural habitats? So
Yeah, some plants are good for a house project, landscaping, and those plants I keep them in my greenhouse. That will be a perfect spot for them because those plants, the cactus, they love the heat, and I have to control the water, and yeah.
do you think there is a difference between cactus and artwork?
There is definitely difference, but I see the connection. Right, because the connection is artwork. The artwork that we commonly are talking about is by people, is by the artist. But we see the artist to be the Mother Nature. Because when people, for example, when people see this plant, they keep asking me if this is real.
Is this real?
This plant is real. This is a plant from South Africa.
Oh wow.
People keep telling me this is a sculpture. Did you carve it
Yeah,
or
did
anything?
you carve it?
No,
No.
I didn't. This is how they grow.
Oh wow.
And this green leaf is seasonal. When summer comes, the leaf dies, but this cortex, this root system remains. And when summer is over, the leaf grows back out and get taller and wider, and this cortex will grow from then.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Convention Center. I'm Scott Forrest, and this piece right here is one of my great favorites, brought down from my gallery in South Lake Tahoe, now in Zephyr Cove, a beautiful place to visit in Lake Tahoe. So my work is international, New York, Los Angeles. There's my gallery in Tahoe.
Nice.
Yep. And you're shooting just like I shot Trip TV in Ibiza.
Oh yeah?
Oh, it was so fun. Look up Party Marty in Ibiza, you'll find me. Anyway, large scale works, lots of fun.
We came here to do two videos. One about NFT. We were hoping to have a few galleries who sell them because back in 2020 and 21 I was here, and both years there were a few NFT galleries with very interesting work, and I was hoping to interview the owners and buyers and report, but unfortunately there is none this year. Perhaps they're not doing so well. And the second part I was hoping to report on is art that you can rent. Like you can actually now have a subscription where you can every few months have a different painting or different sculpture in your home for the same price, and they will be rotated between different subscribers. But I wasn't able to find that either. Even that, I was able to find a lot of other interesting art projects and even see original Pollock paintings over there. And I had a great time, so I recommend everyone once a year to visit LA Art Show. Also, please like and subscribe to my channel, WELLROOM, for more stories like this. Thank you.